Okay, so today we're diving into the French Renaissance.
Yeah.
And, this covers a pretty big span of time.
Yeah, it does.
It's like a couple of centuries, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mid 1400s all the way into the early 1600s.
That's right.
So I've got a pretty big stack of sources here.
Ooh.
Books, articles, videos. It's everything from, those grand historical narratives to some surprisingly specific stuff.
Oh, interesting.
Like, I've even got something on, like, regional cuisine in France.
Really?
Like, what people were actually eating back then.
Hmm.
And I also found this really fascinating video.
Oh, yeah.
It's from the Yale University Art Gallery.
Okay.
And it talked about, like, this artistic conversation between, like, the rustic and the refined during the French Renaissance.
Oh, that sounds fascinating.
So, yeah, so I think our mission today is to, kind of sift through all of this.
Definitely.
And pull out the most important insights,
Gotcha.
the real nuggets of knowledge,
Mm-hmm.
and present them to you, the learner. Yes, exactly.
In a way that makes sense.
In a way that's clear and engaging.
Yeah. And, the learner,
Yeah.
you're someone who wants to learn quickly.
That's right, efficiently.
But you also want a good understanding of the topic.
Comprehensive.
Yeah, exactly.
Hitting those key points.
Right. So we're not going to overwhelm you.
Not at all.
But we're going to give you a solid overview of this really vibrant period.
That's the goal.
Okay, so the French Renaissance.
Right.
This was a rebirth.
It really was.
It came after the late Middle Ages.
Which was, a tough time.
Really tough.
You had things like the Great Famine.
Right.
The Black Death.
Devastating.
So this was a huge shift.
Okay, but it wasn't just France.
Well, not at all.
This rebirth thing was happening all over Europe.
It was a broader European movement.
So what made the French Renaissance unique?
Well, they definitely drew inspiration from the wider Renaissance.
Especially Italy, right.
Particularly Italy, yeah.
But the French, they did their own thing. They put their own spin on it.
So where did this French flavor come from?
Well, some of the sources suggest that their military campaigns in Italy played a big role.
Oh, yeah, the invasions.
Exactly.
So they went down to Italy.
Good.
And they saw all this incredible art and culture.
And it blew their minds.
Yeah, I can imagine.
It was a major catalyst for change.
And then there's King Francis
I. Francis I.
He's like everywhere in the sources.
He's a key figure.
He was obsessed with the Renaissance, wasn't he?
Absolutely.
Like a major patron of the arts.
A huge patron, yeah.
And he's the one who brought all those Italian artists to France.
He did, including the one and only Leonardo da Vinci.
So he was really the driving force behind the French Renaissance.
He was absolutely central to it.
Okay, so we're talking about a huge explosion of creativity.
We are.
Where did we see this rebirth most clearly?
Well, we're going to focus on several key areas.
Okay, shoot.
First, the architecture, especially the chateau of the Loire Valley.
Those are stunning.
They really are iconic.
Okay, and then we've got the art.
Right, all the innovations and the big names.
Cool.
And we'll talk about the rise of humanism.
Humanism.
Yeah, it's this intellectual movement that emphasized human potential and reason.
Interesting.
And we'll look at how it affected literature and music.
Okay, and then finally we'll explore regional expressions of the Renaissance.
Exactly, because Paris is not France.
Right, so we'll see how this rebirth played out in different parts of the country.
That's the plan.
Okay, let's start with those Loire Valley chateaux.
Right.
What makes them so quintessentially Renaissance?
Well, they represent a fascinating architectural evolution.
In what way?
They moved away from the earlier flamboyant Gothic style.
Which is, that super decorative late Gothic style.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they embraced more balanced, harmonious designs.
Influenced by Italy.
Heavily influenced by Italian Renaissance architecture.
So what did that look like?
Well, they incorporated things like arched windows and Corinthian columns.
Oh, those are the ones with the fancy tops.
Exactly, the ones with the ornate acanthus leaf capitals.
Right, right.
These chateaus were no longer just fortresses.
They're more like palaces.
Pleasure palaces, designed for leisure and display.
Okay, give us some examples.
Well, there's Chateau de Chambord.
That's a huge one.
It is, over 400 rooms.
Wow.
Built during the reign of Francis I.
Of course.
And it's this incredible blend of French tradition and Italian innovation.
And didn't it have that famous double helix staircase?
It did, and it's often attributed to Leonardo da Vinci.
Really?
Yeah, it's a marvel of engineering and design.
Okay, what else?
Well, there's Chateau d'Amboise.
I've seen pictures. It's beautiful.
It is.
It's like this perfect mix of Gothic and Renaissance.
Exactly, and it was a favorite royal residence.
Interesting.
And significantly, Leonardo da Vinci spent his final years nearby.
Oh, at Clos Lucé.
That's right,
So you can really feel his influence there.
definitely.
Okay, what other chateaux are worth mentioning?
Well, Chateau de Blois is really interesting
Why is that?
because it actually showcases a range of architectural styles.
From different periods.
Yeah, from Gothic to Renaissance.
So it's like a history of French architecture all in one place.
Exactly.
That's cool.
And it was associated with kings like Charles VIII and Francis I.
So it's got a rich history.
It does.
Okay. Any others?
Well, there's Château de Chaumont-sur-Loire.
I know that one's famous for its gardens.
It is. It has these amazing gardens.
And they hold the International Garden Festival there every year.
That's right.
So it's not just about the architecture.
No, it's about the landscape, too.
The Renaissance was all about appreciating beauty in all its forms.
Exactly.
Okay, so these chateaux, they were more than just pretty buildings, weren't they?
Definitely not.
They were like centers of culture.
And power.
Yeah, and they played a big role in the development of this new architectural style.
They did.
Were there any specific architects we should know about?
Oh, absolutely.
Who are the big names?
Well, there was Philibert Delorme.
Okay.
He was instrumental in creating a distinctly French Renaissance architectural style.
So he took those Italian ideas
He did.
and he adapted them to French tastes.
Exactly. He gave him the French twist.
Cool.
He was a true innovator.
Okay, let's move on to art.
All right.
So how did the Italian Renaissance influence French art?
Just like with architecture, it had a huge impact.
And again, it goes back to Francis I.
Right. He was obsessed with Italian art.
And he brought all those Italian artists over.
He did, like Leonardo da Vinci.
I mean, Da Vinci, that's a big deal.
It is. He was a genius.
And he lived in France for a while.
He did at Clos Lucé,
And of course, he brought the Mona Lisa with him.
which is now, one of the most famous paintings in the world.
Yeah, it's in the Louvre.
Exactly.
Okay, but the French artists, they didn't just copy the Italians, did they?
No, they developed their own style.
They found their own voice.
Exactly.
So who are some of the key French artists of the Renaissance?
Well, there were the Clouets, Jean and his son Francois.
They were known for their portraits, right?
They were, and they were incredibly detailed and insightful.
Like they could capture a person's personality.
Absolutely.
Amazing.
And then you had sculptors like Jean Goujon and Germain Pilon.
What about them?
They brought a real sense of grace and dynamism to their work.
And emotion.
Yes, their sculptures were full of emotion.
Powerful stuff.
It was.
And there was this thing called mannerism, right?
Yes, mannerism was a big influence.
So what was that all about?
Well, it was this artistic style that favored elongated figures.
Oh, yeah, I've seen those.
And it had a certain visual drama to it.
Okay, now what about the school of Fontainebleau?
Ah, yes, Fontainebleau.
What was its significance?
Well, it was established by Francis I in 1526,
Of course.
and it became a major artistic center.
Like a hub of creativity.
Exactly.
So what kind of art came out of Fontainebleau?
Well, it was this blend of Italian mannerism and French styles.
A unique mix?
It was very refined and often allegorical.
And it was known for its elegance and decorative richness.
Absolutely.
And those elongated figures.
Yes, they were everywhere.
And lots of mythological themes.
Definitely.
Okay, so Fontainebleau played a big role in shaping the French Renaissance aesthetic,
It was a royal project, really.
aimed at creating a national style.
Exactly.
Okay, let's shift gears a bit.
Right.
What about literature and intellectual thought during the French Renaissance?
Well, the rise of humanism was a major development.
Humanism.
Yeah, it was this intellectual movement that emphasized human potential.
And reason.
Right.
So it was a shift away from the medieval mindset.
It was. It was all about embracing human reason and the study of classical texts.
Interesting.
And it had a profound impact on literature and thought.
So who are some of the key humanist thinkers in France?
Well, you had Francois Rabelais
Okay.
and Michel de Montaigne.
Montaigne, I've heard of him.
He's famous for his essays.
Yeah, what were they about?
Well, he explored all sorts of big questions.
Like what?
Life, death, society, human nature.
Deep stuff.
It was. And he wrote with such honesty and introspection.
His essays are still relevant today.
They are. They really resonate with people.
What about Rabelais?
He was more of a satirist.
Oh, so he made fun of things.
He did. He used wit and humor to critique society.
What kind of things did he satirize?
Oh, all sorts of things. Religious hypocrisy, societal follies.
And he was pretty bold, wasn't he?
He was. He pushed the boundaries of what was considered acceptable.
Interesting.
He wasn't afraid to challenge the status quo.
Okay, so beyond these two figures, how did French literature evolve during the Renaissance?
Well, it was heavily influenced by Italian literature.
In what way?
Well, they adopted forms like the sonnet.
Oh, those are the poems with the specific rhyme scheme.
Exactly, and it brought new structure and lyrical possibilities to French poetry.
And wasn't the printing press invented around this time?
It was, and that was a game changer.
Because it made books more accessible?
Exactly, so more people could read.
And that led to a boom in literacy.
It did, and a flourishing literary scene.
So the printing press really helped spread Renaissance ideas.
It was a key factor.
Okay, what about music?
Well, music also underwent a transformation during the Renaissance.
Oh, so?
The chanson, a secular song, became incredibly popular.
Like pop music of the day?
You could say that.
Okay, who are some of the big composers?
Well, there was Claudien de Sermacy
Okay.
and Clément Urjanica.
What were their chansons like?
They were lively, intricate, and often told stories.
And they reflected the spirit of the age.
They did. They often dealt with themes of love, nature, everyday life.
Interesting.
And over time, the chanson evolved into the air de cour.
Which was more courtly and refined.
Exactly.
And the religious wars, they had an impact on music too, right?
They did. They led to the development of the chanson spiritual.
Which used secular melodies but with religious lyrics.
That's right.
So even in times of conflict, creativity finds a way.
It always does.
Okay, so we've covered the major cultural shifts.
We have.
But I remember that video you shared.
Oh, the one from the Yale University Art Gallery.
Yeah, it said Paris is not France.
Right. It's a good point.
So how did the Renaissance play out in different regions of France?
Well, each region had its own unique expression of the Renaissance.
Okay, let's take a tour.
Let's do it.
First stop, Brittany.
Brittany, in the northwest, held on to its strong Celtic roots.
So it was a bit different from the rest of France.
It was, and it's a coastal region.
So lots of seafood.
Tons of seafood, mussels, oysters, scallops, you name it.
And they have those delicious crepes.
The galettes, yeah, made with buckwheat flour.
And their butter is amazing.
Oh, the salted butter, it's heavenly.
And let's not forget the Queen Amman.
That's a pastry lover's dream.
Okay, what about Burgundy?
Burgundy, or Bourgogne-Franche-Comté, as it's officially known,
Okay.
that's wine country.
Some of the best wines in the world.
Absolutely, especially from the Côte d'Or.
And architecturally, it's known for its glazed tile roofs.
Those are really distinctive.
And it has some beautiful Romanesque architecture.
From an earlier period, yes.
And Dijon, the capital, was a major center during the Renaissance.
It was, though, maybe not quite as flashy as the Loire Valley.
Okay, and the food in Burgundy is incredible.
It is. Think beef bourguignon,
Coq au vin,
escargot,
and of course, Dijon mustard.
a classic.
Okay, next up, Centre Val de Loire,
The heart of the Loire Valley.
Chateau Central.
Exactly.
So we've already talked about the architecture.
But beyond that, it's a region of fertile fields and vineyards.
And they use saffron a lot in their cooking.
They do. And walnut oil.
And truffles.
Oh, the truffles, they're divine.
And they have those delicious rillettes and rillens.
Which are both types of cured pork.
And some amazing goat cheeses.
Some of the best in France.
Okay, let's move on to Grand Est.
Now, Grand Est is a really diverse region.
It borders like 4 different countries.
It does. Belgium, Luxembourg, Germany, and Switzerland.
So it's a real melting pot of cultures.
It is, and within it you have Alsace.
Which has a strong German influence.
Very strong. You can see it in the language, the architecture.
Oh yeah, those half-timbered houses.
Exactly, especially in cities like Strasbourg and Colmar.
And the food has a German feel to it too.
It does. Think choucroute, which is sauerkraut with sausages.
And flammekuche, that thin crust tart. And they have great beer in Alsace.
They do, and some excellent wines too.
Like Riesling.
And Crémant d'Alsace,
And then there's champagne.
the region that gave the world its most famous bubbly.
Champagne, the drink of celebration.
Exactly.
And Reims is the capital.
Historically, it's where the French kings were crowned.
So it's a place steeped in history.
It is, and now it's all about the vineyards.
Home to both those big champagne houses.
And the smaller, family-run producers.
Okay, let's head north to Hauts-de-France.
All right, Hauts-de-France is just north of Paris.
And it's home to Amiens Cathedral.
One of the largest Gothic cathedrals in France.
It's massive.
It is truly impressive.
And it also has Chateau de Pierrefonds.
which is said to have inspired some of the Disney castles.
Really?
Yeah, it's like something out of a fairy tale.
And the food in Hauts-de-France is pretty hearty, right?
It is. They have Maroilles cheese, which is known for its strong smell.
And they brew some good beer there, too.
They do.
Okay, next up, Normandy.
Normandy is a beautiful region.
It's close to Paris.
Relatively close. Yeah,
Yeah.
a popular getaway for Parisians.
Like the Hamptons for New Yorkers.
Exactly.
And of course, it's historically significant.
The D-Day landings took place there.
Right, and there are memorials and museums dedicated to that.
It's a very moving experience.
And Normandy also has some lovely towns.
Like Bayeux and Honfleur.
And Rouen.
With its stunning cathedral and that amazing astronomical clock.
Yeah, it's incredible.
And of course, there's Mont Saint-Michel.
That's a must-see.
It is truly breathtaking.
Then the food in Normandy is amazing.
It is. They're known for their dairy products.
Like Camembert cheese.
And their butter is incredible.
And they make Calvados, that apple brandy.
And made cider, too.
Delicious.
It is.
Okay, let's head south to Occitanie.
Occitanie is a really diverse region.
It stretches from the Mediterranean to the Pyrenees.
It does, and it has a rich history and culture.
And Toulouse is the capital.
It's a vibrant city.
And Occitanie has some dramatic landscapes.
Oh, yeah, like the cliffs of Rocamadour.
And the walled city of Carcassonne.
And the Roman ruins at Nimes.
Like the Pont du Gard.
Exactly.
And the food in Occitanie is amazing.
They have great cheeses like Roquefort.
And hearty dishes like cassoulet.
And oligot, which is this creamy potato dish.
Antilles sausage.
And some really good wines, too.
Okay, last stop. Pays de la Loire.
Pays de la Loire is just south of Brittany.
And it's known for its chateau.
Like Chateau de Brissac, which is the tallest castle in the Loire Valley.
Wow.
And Chateau d'Angers.
And it has some interesting cities, too.
Like Nantes.
Which has that giant mechanical elephant.
It's quite a sight.
And they have some delicious food in Pays de la Loire.
Like reloads, another type of cured perk.
And fresh seafood.
And the white wine muscadet.
Okay, so we've seen how the Renaissance manifested itself in different parts of France.
Each region with its own unique flavor.
Now, I want to talk about that video from the Yale University Art Gallery.
Oh, yes. The one about the rustic and the refined.
That was really fascinating.
It's a really insightful exhibition.
So how did these two seemingly opposite aesthetics coexist during the French Renaissance?
Well, the exhibition argued that they actually enriched each other.
Like they were in dialogue with each other.
Exactly. And Fontainebleau was a key place where this happened.
Under the patronage of Francis I?
Of course.
So Fontainebleau was this melting pot of Italian sophistication and French traditions?
It was. And there was this chateau, the Chateau de Madrid, which sadly no longer exists.
But it was an early example of this blending of styles.
It was. It incorporated grand elements.
It also more naturalistic decorative motifs.
Right, so you had this interplay of the grand and the natural.
Okay, so what were some specific examples of this rustic element in French Renaissance art?
Well, you see it in the use of glazed terracotta.
What's that?
It's a type of ceramic that has a glazed surface.
And it was used for architectural decoration.
It was, and it brought this earthy, natural quality to the designs.
Interesting.
And then there was the grotesque style.
That sounds a bit creepy.
Well, it was inspired by ancient Roman decorations.
Okay.
And it incorporated these fantastical and sometimes bizarre elements into more formal designs.
So it was like a playful twist on classical motifs.
Exactly. And you see this in engravings.
By artists like Domenico del Barbiere and Etienne Delon.
That's right. They were masters of the grotesque style.
And this blending of styles also appears in textiles.
Like embroidered panels.
And ceramic.
Like the painted tiles by Massot Abacan.
So it wasn't just limited to grand architecture or painting.
No, it permeated all sorts of artistic expressions.
Yeah, the video also talked about the importance of grottos.
Those artificial caves.
Yeah, how did they fit into this idea of the rustic and the refined?
Well, grottos were deliberately designed to blur those lines.
Between the natural and the artificial.
Exactly. They were meant to evoke the feeling of a natural cave.
But they were also highly designed spaces.
They were, often incorporating sophisticated elements.
So it was like bringing nature indoors.
But in a controlled way.
Give us an example.
Well, there's the Grotto of the Pines at Fontainebleau.
Okay.
He used rustication.
Which is that rough, unfinished look.
Right.
And it also had these refined stucco panels.
Which incorporated natural elements like stones and shells.
So it was a mix of textures and materials.
It was, and it was symbolically linked to the god Pan.
Who was the god of the wild?
Exactly.
So it was this fascinating blend of nature and artifice.
It was.
And Catherine de Medici, she was a big fan of grottos too, wasn't she?
She was. She had an ambitious grotto built at the Tuileries Palace.
Which sadly was never finished.
It wasn't, but it involved the work of Bernard Palissy.
Oh, the ceramicist.
That's right.
He was known for his rustic platters.
Those were incredible.
What were they like?
Well, he made molds from actual animal
Like frogs and snakes?
and crustaceans.
And then he used those molds to create his platters.
He did, so they were incredibly lifelike.
That's amazing.
It was, and it reflects this Renaissance fascination with the natural world,
This desire to collect and classify.
and even to reproduce nature through art.
So it was a real challenge to traditional hierarchies.
It was. It brought the rustic into the realm of high art.
Okay, and finally, what about St. Porcher pottery?
That's a bit of a mystery.
What's so mysterious about it?
Well, we're not entirely sure where it came from.
Or how it was made?
Exactly. And it's characterized by these simple, almost rustic forms.
But with incredibly intricate decorations.
It's a strange combination
And some people think it might be connected to Bernard Palissy.
because they found a similar dragon motif in his kiln waste
Interesting.
and the patterns on St. Porcher pottery.
Those knots and arabesques.
They resemble the designs found in contemporary patterned books,
And in book bindings.
especially those made for collectors like Jean Grolier.
So again, you have this blending of the simple and the sophisticated.
It's a recurring theme in French Renaissance art.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground today.
We have.
What are the key takeaways from our deep dive into the French Renaissance?
Well, the French Renaissance was a period of immense transformation,
It touched every aspect of French culture.
from art and architecture to literature and music.
And it wasn't simply a copy of the Italian Renaissance.
No, it was a unique blend of Italian influences and French traditions,
And we see this clearly in the evolution of architecture
from defensive structures to palaces of pleasure,
and in the emergence of a distinctly French school of art,
inspired by Italy but ultimately forging its own path,
and in the embrace of humanist ideas.
which transformed literature and thought.
And we see it in this fascinating interplay between the rustic and the refined,
This tension between nature and artifice,
which played out in different ways across the various regions of France.
each region adding its own unique flavor to the Renaissance mix.
Okay, so for you, the learner, we hope this deep dive has given you a good understanding of this complex and exciting period.
We've tried to present the information in a way that's both efficient and comprehensive.
So you can learn quickly without feeling overwhelmed.
Exactly.
And we want to leave you with a thought to ponder.
Consider how the French Renaissance's embrace of contrasts,
The high and the low, the natural and the artificial.
how that continues to resonate today,
Not just in French culture.
but in our own appreciation of beauty and knowledge.
What other historical periods might reveal such fascinating tensions and unexpected connections?
It's a question worth exploring.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the French Renaissance.
It's been a pleasure.